9 Stoic Rules for a better life. Most men today think they already know everything. They scroll through a few posts online, watch a couple short videos, and suddenly believe they have life completely figured out. Because of this mindset, they stop learning. And when a man stops learning, he stops growing. But the truth is that some of the most powerful wisdom about life was discovered more than 2,000 years ago. Ancient philosophers spent their lives studying discipline, hardship, purpose, and the nature of human struggle. Their lessons helped emperors rule wisely, soldiers endure war, and ordinary men build strong character. Yet today, most people ignore this wisdom completely. That philosophy is called Stoicism. And if you are willing to put your ego aside and listen, it can completely transform the way you approach life. In this video, we will go through 9 Stoic rules for a better life. These principles have guided some of the strongest minds in history. Stay until the end, because the final rule may be the most important of them all. Rule 1. Remain a student. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is ego. Many men today like to repeat phrases like, be a leader, never a follower, but this idea often creates the wrong mindset. Because before you can lead anyone, you must first learn. And learning requires humility. A student follows guidance from someone more experienced. A student admits that he does not yet know everything. According to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, every person is both a teacher and a student at the same time. We are all moving along the same path of self-improvement. Sometimes someone walks ahead of us and we learn from them. Other times someone walks behind us and learns from our experience. But the journey never stops. The man who refuses to be a student will never become wise. He blocks himself from new knowledge because his pride gets in the way. Real strength comes from humility. If you want to grow, you must accept that there will always be something new to learn. Adopt the mindset of a lifelong student. Rule 2. Speak with the dead. There's a story about Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. After losing his entire fortune in a shipwreck, Zeno went searching for wisdom. He asked a philosopher what he should do to live a better life. The philosopher gave him a strange answer. He said, spend time speaking with the dead. At first, this sounds mysterious, but the meaning is actually simple. The philosopher was talking about books. Through books, we can learn directly from the greatest thinkers in history. The bodies of these people may be long gone, but their ideas are still alive on the pages they left behind. When you read the words of someone like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or Epictetus, you are learning from minds that shaped history. And the amazing thing is that their wisdom can be absorbed in just a few hours. Think about that. Thousands of years of knowledge available in a single book. A man who refuses to read is cutting himself off from one of the greatest advantages he could have. Throughout history, leaders have almost always been readers. If you want wisdom, spend time speaking with the dead. Rule 3. Conquer your mornings. Even the greatest men struggled with laziness. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He commanded armies and governed one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. But in his personal journal, he admitted something very human. Sometimes he did not want to get out of bed. He wanted to stay under the blankets where it was warm and comfortable. Sound familiar? Marcus reminded himself that he had a duty to fulfill. He was born to work, to act, and to contribute to the world, not to remain comfortable. This lesson still applies today. How you begin your morning often determines how the rest of your day will unfold. If the day begins with discipline, it usually continues with discipline. If it begins with laziness, the same pattern follows. You do not need complicated routine, just a few simple actions. Plan your important tasks the night before. Move your body in the morning to wake up your mind. And start working before distractions take over. Win the morning, and you give yourself a powerful advantage for the rest of the day. Rule 4. Ask yourself if it's necessary. Many people confuse busyness with productivity. They spend their entire day doing small tasks that feel important. Answering messages, scrolling through information, organizing things that do not truly matter. By the end of the day, they feel exhausted, but nothing meaningful was actually accomplished. Marcus Aurelius warned about this exact problem. He wrote that the attention we give to any action should match its true value. In other words, if something is not important, it should not receive much of your time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people often comes down to how those hours are used. If you fill your day with trivial tasks, your life will remain trivial. But if you focus your energy on what truly matters, progress becomes inevitable. The next time you are working on something, pause for a moment and ask yourself one simple question. Is this really necessary? Rule 5. Focus on what you can control. One of the central ideas in Stoic philosophy is the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. Many people waste enormous amounts of energy worrying about things outside their influence. They worry about politics. They worry about the opinions of strangers. They worry about events happening on the other side of the world. But none of these worries actually change anything. The Stoics believed that peace of mind comes from directing attention only toward what is within our control. Your actions, your effort, your discipline, your attitude. These things belong to you. Everything else does not. Once you understand this, life becomes much simpler. Instead of worrying endlessly about circumstances, you begin focusing on the choices you make every day. And those choices are what shape your future. Rule 6. Do not suffer from imaginary problems. The human mind has a strange habit. It likes to imagine disasters that never actually happen. You replay worst-case scenarios in your head. You think about things that might go wrong. And before you realize it, you are already suffering from problems that do not even exist. The Stoic philosopher Seneca noticed this long ago. He wrote that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Think about how many times you worried about something, only to discover later that it was not a problem at all. Most fears never materialize, yet we allow them to steal our peace of mind. Stoicism encourages us to remain grounded in the present moment. Deal with real problems when they appear, but do not torture yourself with imaginary ones. Calm thinking leads to clear action, and clear action solves problems far more effectively than anxiety ever could. Rule 7. Be strict with yourself. A strong character requires discipline. The Stoics believed that a man should hold himself to very high standards. He should demand honesty, effort, and responsibility from himself. But when dealing with others, the approach should be different. People make mistakes. They act out of ignorance, emotion, or misunderstanding. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that human beings are imperfect by nature. Because of this, constant judgment is pointless. Instead of attacking others for their flaws, the Stoic approach is to lead by example. Focus on correcting your own behavior. Develop strong principles. Live according to them consistently. When others see that example, they often improve on their own. True influence rarely comes from criticism. It comes from personal example. Rule 8. Remember that time is disappearing. Most people think about death as something far away, something that will happen decades from now. But the Stoic philosopher Seneca saw it differently. He believed that death is happening continuously. Every moment that passes is a moment of life that disappears forever. The day you just lived will never return. The hours you spent today are already gone. This realization is not meant to be depressing. It is meant to wake you up. Because once you understand how limited time truly is, you begin treating it with more respect. You stop postponing important goals. You stop delaying meaningful work. You start using your days more intentionally. Life becomes far more valuable when you remember that it is temporary. Rule 9. Embrace the storm. Life will never unfold exactly the way you planned. Difficulties are guaranteed. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and unexpected challenges. Even Marcus Aurelius experienced war, political chaos, and personal loss during his reign. But he believed that obstacles themselves could become opportunities. Instead of resisting hardship, the Stoic mindset is to use it. Every difficulty contains a lesson. Every challenge strengthens resilience. Storms reveal what kind of person you truly are. When something goes wrong, you have two choices. You can complain about it, or you can adapt and grow stronger because of it. The Stoics chose the second path. They understood that adversity is not the enemy. Often it is the very thing that builds the strongest character. So when the storm arrives in your life, do not run from it. Face it, and use it to become stronger. Ancient wisdom has survived for thousands of years for a reason, because the challenges of human life have never really changed. We still struggle with discipline. We still struggle with fear. We still struggle with purpose. The Stoics simply gave us tools to handle these struggles better. If you apply even a few of these principles consistently, your mindset will begin to change. Your discipline will improve. Your perspective will become calmer and stronger. And over time, your life will begin to reflect those changes. If you found value in these Stoic rules, make sure to support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video.